The morning sun streamed into Montfort Primary School, carrying with it a special kind of electricity. You could feel it buzzing in the air, especially in Class 5B. It was Talent Day, and as the students filed into the room, their faces were a mix of brave smiles and nervous excitement. Sophie clutched her poem folder to her chest like a shield. Oliver cradled his sketchbook as if it were made of glass. And then there was Max, practically bouncing off the walls with energy, shouting, "Today is the day." Sophie quickly shushed him, a finger to her lips. Oliver, ever the calm one, whispered that shouting would only make their nerves worse. But Max just grinned, his confidence unshakable. The classroom itself looked like a festival. Colorful posters with messages like "Shine in your own way" decorated the walls. At the front, a small stage was draped in paper ribbons, and the chairs were arranged in a friendly semicircle, each one holding a little star card. Their teacher, Ms. Gable, greeted them with a warm, reassuring smile. She reminded them that Talent Day wasn't about being perfect, it was about being brave. It was about sharing a little piece of yourself with your friends. Hearing this, Oliver gulped softly. Sophie, noticing his unease, gave his hand a comforting squeeze. Max, in his typical fashion, pretended to faint dramatically, tumbling onto a beanbag and making the whole class erupt in laughter. The tension in the room instantly lightened. Then came preparation time. The classroom transformed into a hive of activity. Students scattered to their tables, each one a little world of last-minute polishing. In one corner, a group of girls practiced a dance routine, their movements getting more synchronized with each tribe. Near the window, a boy hummed a song softly, his eyes closed in concentration. Others were busy preparing magic tricks, memorizing jokes or, like Sophie, trying to calm their racing hearts. Sophie sat quietly, her folder open on her desk. She read her poem over and over, her lips moving silently. She just hoped her voice wouldn't shake when she was up on that stage. A few tables away, Oliver stared intently at his sketchbook. He wasn't just looking at his drawings, he was imagining the act of drawing them, line by line, in front of everyone. And Max was rehearsing his dance comedy act, humming a loud off-key tune and bumping into chairs until Sophie gave him a gentle warning glance. Oliver couldn't help but let out a small laugh at his friend's chaotic energy. When the prep time ended, Miss Gable called everyone to gather near the stage. The moment had arrived, the performances began, a beautiful tapestry of courage. There were shy songs sung with trembling voices, and confident dances performed with pure joy. There were magic tricks that didn't quite work and jokes where the punchlines were forgotten. But it didn't matter. Every single attempt, every moment of bravery, was met with a wave of warm, genuine applause. The classroom wasn't a place of competition, it was a sanctuary of support. Then Ms. Gable called Sophie's name. She stood up slowly, her legs feeling like jelly. As she walked to the stage, the folder felt heavier than ever. From his seat, Oliver whispered, "You've got this, Soph." Max gave her two enthusiastic thumbs up. She took a deep breath and began. Her voice trembled on the first few words, just as she'd feared. But then, as she looked out at the friendly faces of her classmates, her voice grew stronger. Her poem, a quiet reflection on courage and the beauty of small, brave moments, filled the room. When she finished, there was a beat of silence, and then the whole class erupted in applause. Walking down from the stage, her cheeks were glowing, and her eyes shone with pride. Next up was Oliver. He hesitated at the steps, his feet feeling rooted to the spot. He turned and whispered to his friends, "I can't do it." Sophie leaned in and reminded him just how amazing his drawings were. Max, trying to help, joked that he'd be ready to catch him if he fainted for real. That little joke was enough to make Oliver crack a nervous smile. He stepped onto the stage, opened his sketchbook on an easel, and picked up a piece of charcoal. The room grew completely silent as he began to draw. His hand moved slowly at first, then with growing confidence, a line here, a shadow there. The image began to take shape, and a quiet gasp rippled through the audience. He was drawing a picture of three friends, standing together in a warm patch of sunlight. It was them. It was Sophie, Max, and himself. When he stepped back from the finished piece, the applause that followed was a wave of pure appreciation. Oliver beamed, a look of relief and pride washing over his face. Finally, it was Max's turn. He didn't walk to the stage, he bounded onto it, striking a dramatic pose. "Prepare to be amazed," he announced. What followed was a whirlwind of pure, unfiltered Max. He danced with wild abandon, made a series of hilarious faces, and did impressions of different animals. At one point he pretended to slip on a banana peel, and then, in a moment of perfect comedic timing, he actually slipped for real. Without missing a beat, he jumped back up, struck a pose, and shouted, "Part of the show." The classroom exploded with laughter, louder than it had been all day. He ended his act with a triumphant superhero pose, earning one of the loudest rounds of applause of the day. When all the performances were over, Ms. Gable had everyone sit in a sharing circle. She asked them what they had learned from the day. Hands shot up all around the room. Students talked about feeling nervous but doing it anyway. They talked about the joy of seeing their friends cheer for them. Sophie said she learned that courage isn't something you have, it's something that grows every time you try. Oliver, speaking softly, said that sharing your talent feels incredibly good when you know people are there to support you. And Max, with a proud grin, declared that he learned that even falling down can be a talent, which sent another ripple of laughter around the circle. As the final bell rang, the three friends walked out of the school gates together, the afternoon sun warming their faces. "Today was beautiful," Sophie said, a contented sigh in her voice. Oliver admitted, "I never thought I would actually draw in front of everyone." Max chimed in, "And I never expected to get applause for falling." They all laughed together, the easy, happy sound of true friendship. Oliver looked at his friends and added softly, "Everyone really did shine in their own way today." Max, ever the showman, threw his hands up dramatically and shouted, "And tomorrow's safety day." Sophie rolled her eyes playfully, and Oliver just smiled his calm, gentle smile. Talent Day had taught them more than just how to perform. It had shown them that the real magic, the truest talent, comes from being brave enough to simply be yourself. Thanks for watching, everyone. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories. See you next time.